Hi, I'm Phil, and today I'm going to be walking you through two of our core transformations at SwiftSheets, showing you what you can expect from this tool, how to use it, and hopefully highlighting some useful transformations that you and your team can start using immediately. SwiftSheets offers you and your team the ability to utilize custom-built transformations of your spreadsheets, freeing up time and effort from important but repetitive tasks. When signed into SwiftSheets, you can access our core transformations. You may not know what transformations are yet, let alone core transformations, but I'll demonstrate that now. With an account, you can access a dashboard. This dashboard contains our core transformations. Core transformations are pre-built transformations that are designed to be used by anyone with a SwiftSheets account. These are built to be used on many different types of data and generalized to any type of industry. While we continue to grow this set, we also offer custom-built transformations that are tailor-made for your specific needs and will only be available to you. In this view, we can see things like days since, extract phone number from text, and create new sheet on column values. We'll be looking at two specific transformations here today. The first will be split date into year, month, day columns. By hovering over, we can see that we can access this transformation. When you enter transformation, you'll see that you're given the options of choose file, history, or example. All core transformations are built with an example in mind, and we've provided data for you specifically for that transformation to highlight how you can use it. If we come to an example, we can see that there is information about what this does. For this demonstration, we don't need to read this. I'll show you what it does myself. If we come to download example, we can see that we're prompted to save this file somewhere. In my case, it's at the desktop. With this file saved, let's go take a look at it. I use an open source version of Excel called LibreOffice, but this works for Excel files. Inside here, we can see that we have one column called dates. Inside this column, as you would expect, is a list of dates. We don't need this file to be open to run our transformation. I'm just simply showing us what this data looks like. Back inside SwiftSheets, we can come back to choose file. Here, we can either choose the file in the selector, or we can drag and drop the file from our File Explorer or from the desktop. But here, I'm going to choose file. With this file loaded in, we can see that the columns auto-populated in the drop-down menu. We only had one column called dates, so we only see one here, but if there had been more columns, those would show up here as well. With this selected, I'm going to download our file. The transformation gets run when we click download, and with this transformation run, it will send that file back to you. I'm going to save this back again to our desktop. We can see here now we have a second file, so I'm going to click on this and we'll take a look at it. We can see our original column called dates, but we can also see that we have three new columns called year, month, and date. Each of these is the abstracted information from the row it's associated with. Here we can do further processing if we need to. So for example, we can filter on month, where the month is August, which is the number 8. And here we can see we've filtered into month equals 8, so we're finding all of our dates where this is August. Back in SwiftSheets, we're going to take a look at one more transformation. Our core transformations are in order of complexity, from simple transformations first to our more complex transformations at the end. If we come down here, we can see Create Basic Predictor for Label. This is the transformation I'm going to run now. This transformation builds artificial intelligence that is meant to support you in your decision making. In this example, we have medical data that contains medical information about a patient and then a label about whether or not they have diabetes. While we are demonstrating medical data here, we can use this type of transformation on sales data to predict the probability of a sale going through, predict if you are buying too much of a product, or many other applications. Within this transformation, we can see we have things such as pregnancies, glucose, blood pressure, etc., and then an outcome, diabetes or non-diabetes. Just like the previous transformation, we don't need this to be open to run the transformation. With core transformations built around artificial intelligence, we highly recommend that you read the examples and these notes properly. There's important information in these notes to help guide you in making sure that your data properly fits the schema. If data doesn't properly fit the schema, this isn't going to work the way you expect it to. We're going to choose our file, and in this example, this is going to be example logistic regression. We can see from our note, the column that we are selecting is our target column. And in our case, that's going to be outcome. I'm going to download our data, and our transformation is going to be run. Just as in our previous example, we've been prompted to save this. I'm going to save our file back to the desktop again. We can see that our newly saved file looks different. We now have a row highlighted in yellow with 2 additional features, diabetic or non-diabetic. With this transformation, we can now give different inputs and see what the probabilities of our labels are. Right now, I'm just going to sample through some ranges that seem appropriate for our value and see the probabilities of diabetes or no diabetes. We can see with these inputs that the artificial intelligence is predicting that there's a 21% chance of diabetes and a 79% chance of no diabetes. As I mentioned earlier, this might not be applicable to your specific industry, but what we are doing is highlighting the use case of this model. The way that this works is that the artificial intelligence has determined what it thinks diabetes or no diabetes means and has come up with an equation to try and represent that in probabilities. This transformation will create an equation that will exist in this example here, and we can take a look at this equation. While this might not mean anything to me or to you, it is a probability on this type of data. At SwiftSheets, we've built out a core set of transformations for you, all of them having an explanation and sample data associated with it. We hope you can explore these and find them useful to your business, but if you need something a bit more specific, we are to help you build that transformation. Thank you for joining me. I'm Phil. Have a nice day.